This is Clyde. Clyde is a 72 Dodge Dart Swanger. And I've almost got paperwork for it. Working towards paperwork. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, it's the Mopar kid. Got a Plymouth and a Dart. There's a Dodge over there. No. These are exceptions to the rule. I generally don't do Mopars. Honestly, I had a Jeep that's in the backyard, and that was the only Mopar I had. And then this one was given to me for a little bit of work I did. And the Plymouth was given to me because it's been sitting for many years and they wanted it off the property. So the Plymouth, the Dart, the Jeep, and I also have a Dodge Intrepid in the front yard that was given to me by an old fella because he wanted it out of his name. So I'm 4 for 4, but I didn't pay for any of them, so I guess they don't count. Because when I buy one, I typically buy a Chevrolet. However, Dart, this Dart runs. This Dart has no brakes. It's a long story. Anyway, today's adventure, I'm going to fix what I have broken. Let me just show you here. Right there. There's a big hole there. And this goes in that hole. If you'll notice, there's a bolt broken there. There's a bolt broken there. That is the choke bucket for the mechanical choke. And as you can see, I had to have it brazed because this is unobtainium, apparently. You can't buy this anymore for whatever reason. And I, of course, broke the bolts off in the exhaust manifold trying to remove them. So today's project, while we're waiting on parts on the other projects, I'm going to make a short little video about drilling those out, hopefully tapping them and putting this back in, or I'm going to make a short video about destroying a good exhaust manifold. We'll see how it goes. Let me get a drill and some bits and we'll get started. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm not a professional. I don't do this every day. Ain't really my forte. What we're going to attempt to do is using my fancy dancy center punch that I paid too much money for. We'll try to drill these out. This one's solid. This one goes right through to the bottom. So I can drill plumb through this one and almost through that one. The plan is take a drill bit, cut the center out, drill it out close to the size I think it should be, and take the tap and die set and go to town. Make a gasket with exhaust gasket material I have bought for this, and go from there. I don't know what size bolts those were, but that's smaller than it is, so we're going to start with that. And if I get a hole all the way through it, I'll see what I have in the hardware department, and we'll try to drill them and tap them to like quarter or something probably. This is exhaust, by the way, so I don't really care what goes down in it because it'll just blow out the tailpipe. Yeah. Let's see how close to the center I think I am. I need to go. Yeah, I think I nailed that one. Rare. You know, what I should do? I should go get some oil to keep dipping my drill bit in to keep from burning it up. Maybe we'll get some oil in a cup and see what bolts I've got, because it's going way too well right off the bat. I'll be right back. And look up the drill bit accordingly. I think they're 1/4 by 28. Find out in a second. Get my trusty tap gauge. No. No. You want to bet they're metric. There's something by 1. They are, I believe, M6 by 1. Yeah, I know. Metric bolts, standard car. But now that I know that they are a 6 by 1, I know what size tap I need, I think. $13.64 is the size for a 6 by 1. Sure. It actually says like number 5. I don't have a number 5 drill bit. I have 64s. Let's see. $13.64, which is, oh wow, look at the very next size up. So let me trade this drill bit for the one above it for the tap, and we'll see if we can drill and tap in one shot here. Did I break it already? Yep. A little bit lube. A lot of people try to ramrod them. I run most of my drill bits on a low speed and take my time because I'm not very good at it. Right through. Cool. That worked really well. Can I tap that hole? I don't know. Find out, I guess. Take my little pocket screwdriver and knock any of the debris out of the way. I don't know how crooked that hole is or anything, but I think it'll work. So now, take my tap, tap handle, like butter. one crooked hole. Put the longer bolt in here. This doesn't really matter because it goes all the way through. How to do? Damn, I might have got that one straight. Let's do it again. Can we get lucky twice? Probably not. But can we try? Sure. I also have to change this valve cover because there's holes in it, but I'm afraid to try to unbolt it, so try that later. Now this one does not go all the way through, so I'm just going to drill it however deep that I think I need to. I'm not a professional by any means in this department. I usually get somebody to do this for me, but I figure I probably can't make it worse, right? Which is a lie. You most certainly can make it worse. But that's how you learn. Am I anywhere close to the center? You can't tell. Too much debris in the hole. There's where I'm drilling. Let's stop before we go any farther. Set it in there. And start the other bolt. Kinda. I think it's what's actually happening is where I had it brazed. There's rubbing on the inside, and it's not letting me pull it over where it belongs. Let me go knock some of the braze off of this side where it'll sit flat like it's supposed to. Let's see how crooked it is then. And I'm back. Check out the pretty purple color it makes when you grind on brazing. Anyway, that gives me some wiggle room. I'm not opposed to drilling the holes out in this plate a little bit too, because I did flatten it when I took it out, because it was all mangled. There's also a gasket goes in here, holds it up a little bit. Yeah, I think if I move that way just a little, and then oblong these holes, it should be fine. Let me try to get more that way with it. I think I might move it over just a little. It's gonna be pretty, but it might work. cut out for me this time. So I did that. So we did, like I say. Evidently, it went right through the bolt that was in it. I don't know that I can tap that, but we'll try it. As long as you don't break the bolt off in it, right? Or the tap off in it, right? If I have to, I can shorten this bolt too. It is the shorter of the two to begin with, but uh-oh. Hey, don't drop your bolts down the exhaust manifold. It's a bad idea. Don't do that. I'm sure it would just blow it out the back end, but let me try to untap in there a little bit more. I think what's happening is you have my hole and then the hole that was under the bolt to begin with are not straight. They're kind of like this. So they don't quite mesh with each other. I'm going to go in a little further. I don't want to, but I can shorten this bolt. What I do with the other bolt? There it is, on the fender. I think it'll work. I said if I can get the bolts actually in the little doohickey. Choke bucket, I guess is the technical term. So there's a gasket goes under it too, which I'm going to have to make because the gasket is also unobtainium. Unavailable. Nobody knows what you're talking about. It's close. Like it'll go. It'll be snug, but it'll go. See if I can open both holes up just a size. Will probably solve the whole issue. I tell you what, not sponsored or anything, but these Matco drill bits, I'm here to tell you, they're a tough outfit. They are a real tough outfit. I'm missing one. There it is. And they got warranty on them. These top 2 rows here, break them, stow them, free replacement, no problem. Now, I'm here to tell you, I have tested that, and it is true. Let's go with that one. It's just the next step up. See if we can just a little. Just enough to give us some wiggle room. That's all we're looking for. Yeah, all kinds of stuff done today. I did not expect this much progress. Bingo. Get us a gasket made for that. And our choke bucket is reinstalled. I still have to order a choke thermostat, but to get that finished up, I'll fire it up for you guys. You know, the 4 of you that have stumbled upon this by accident, thinking it was something cool, discovered just some dude in his yard. So let me find the gasket material I bought. I want to say it's in the house. Let me go get some scissors, a hole punch, and we will make a gasket for that right quick. Okay. This is what we need a gasket for. It needs to go all the way around that. And preferably seal. I'm not a gasket maker by trade. I just, do what you got to do. Going to trace it with my screwdriver. Mark my holes. I'm just going to draw me a shape. Down there's. And that right there is about going to be our gasket. I got these hole punches, which are probably too big. Pretty close to too big. That'll work. And I'm going to trim out. I actually ordered this as actually like 4 exhaust gaskets. I've had it for like 6 months, intending to do this. And then, of course, I just haven't done it. So. There's our basic layout. Which will lay on there like so. It doesn't have to be pretty, it just got to work. Now, to cut the center out because it goes on this side, what I'm going to do is the corners. And then in the hump, an attempt to sneak in here and cut that out. And then trim it. Very carefully. Which, as you'll learn in later episodes, if you watch me enough, I'm not that careful. But I try. The secret is not to tire what you're making. Usually I have to make about 3 of them. This is pussums. It's repenting time. Hold that thought, guys. Now, yeah, mirror. Pretty close. Yes. I know I should be paying you attention, not what I'm doing. You demand the love and attention. And spanks. You like your spanks. Who's your good pussums? I'm not going to call it great, but we have gasket now. I'm not even going to trim the extra. I'm just going to let it be there. Let's put it on the car. And then I'll start it up for you guys. All right. That hole. Bolts. There they are. I think with the gasket thickness and that there socket ratchet, this should seal up fine. Now, normally the choke thermostat uses these same 2 bolts to put it on. I don't have one. I have to find one. I didn't know that I could fix that. I thought I was going to have to upgrade to the newer exhaust manifold. So, Now that that's on there, instead of ordering a manifold, I'll just order the choke thermostat, hook up the mechanical choke, or get an electric choke that replaces it. Okay, this is the setup. This is the fuel hose where there would be a fuel tank that it doesn't have. That's a 5-gallon jug that I've just been using to run the car on, just because I can. Check out the keys to this thing. They came in this. Original Mopar keys. And it's probably going to be a little hard to start because there's no choke. Unless I can set it. That might help it get started. A couple pumps, see what happens. It should fire right up pretty well. So much better, because it was just an open manifold right here. But I don't feel any exhaust leaking out of it. Now it's all leaking out under the car somewhere. We'll let it warm up a minute. Let it run. You guys haven't seen this one. The gear shift is seized, the brakes don't work, there's no gas tank, but it'll sit you and run all day long. Like a sewing machine. But just listen to that thing purr. Smooth, quiet. It's a little cold-natured, but I mean, it runs perfect. Now, I went through this carburetor, and before I decided I was going to start filming things, I went through the car, I put an alternator on it. Let me just show you guys. The carburetor's been rebuilt, new needle seat and all that googly gook, accelerator pump. Alternator's new, the voltage regulator is new back on the firewall, but it still seems to overcharge a little bit. Don't know what to do about that right now. I didn't have to fool with the ballast. I did put points, plugs, and wires on it. Cap and rotor button. And it just purrs right along. Now, this car's been sitting since 96, what the guy told me. And she's not much to look at. Oh, I also had to put a starter on it. That's so much better because it was just bah the whole time. It got on your nerves. Now it's quiet. If I could get a choke thermostat for it where it'll actually operate the choke like it should, I mean, it'll sit you and run all day. It doesn't get hot. It needs a water pump anyway. It's not bad. I just don't trust it because to sit that long and work, I wouldn't want to take it on like around town, sure. But in the future, let me just zoom out here. The woman of mine, oh God, that'd fall down. This is Clyde. The woman of mine really likes this car for whatever reason. And I intend to probably put disc brakes on the front, get it running, put some tires. Well, I actually put tires on it already. You know, brakes, fix the exhaust, maybe try to knock that dent out. It runs good. Sounds like the muffler's off of it. Yeah, it's broke somewhere under there. But yeah, bumper's in pretty good shape. Converting you to handheld. Hold on. Well, I'm not holding you 10 feet from me. There we go. This is Clyde. And as you can see, she's got some weight reduction. But to get this, you got to buy the full quarter panel, which is fine. It's rusting at the bottom. We got a big dent in it anyway. But, you know, poor folk, Mopar means more money. Needs carpet. I got that door panel off because the door wouldn't open when I got it. Glove box doesn't shut. Seats are actually not terrible. Some duct tape, never know it. So the brakes don't work. The shifter is seized solid. I can't get it in and out of gear. I disconnected the shifter and tested the transmission a while back, but I didn't film it. But it's missing some of the badges and stuff like that. It's showing, what's the mileage? 53 something, which I'm sure is 153, 253. There's the air cleaner and stuff. Needs a fuel tank, sending unit. This quarter panel is even worse. This was a vinyl top car. I don't know if you can tell or not, but the green vinyl top is no longer with us. The windshield's cracked, needs a winder. But the rest of the glass, it's all in there, it's intact. It's not bad at all. Leaks, I'm sure, but this one needs to be replaced. Exhaust has to be fixed, things like that. But I intend to put this on the channel in the future. This is just a little side video. I wanted to show drilling and tapping the manifold, running it for a little while, but yeah. That's the woman's Dodge Dart Swinger. It's not mine anymore. She stole it from me. Swinger. I wanted to get a set of badges for it. I'd like to paint it. Like, hear me out. Just hear me out now. Bed liner at the top. You know, the old PBG, pole barn garage, however he does it. Black bed liner roof to make it look like a black vinyl top instead of a green top. Because I'm a fan of the green and black. Try to find the molding that's missing. I think it's in the trunk. Put it back on because I think the molding looks cool. Molding, black vinyl roof. Yeah, all the molding's going on this side. Some tire shine, knock out the dent, fix the lights, black vinyl roof, new carpet, fix off electrical and bullshit. And yeah, make a daily driver out of it. It's cool, it's different, and it strikes my fancy. But yeah, black vinyl top, clean up the tires and wheels, maybe paint the hood black. Did some of them have black hoods if they were performance or whatever? I don't know. Let me know. What do you think I need to do with it? I'd love to restore it, but I don't have millions of dollars because it only needs a hood, a trunk lid, both fenders, both quarters, a roof panel, and probably the entire interior and a couple doors. But it runs great. It's a little stumbly on takeoff. I don't know. The accelerator pump works, but I don't know. I'm not a carburetor guy. I'll just be blatantly obvious with you. I'm a fuel injection failer. I never really fooled with carburetors. I have one other carbureted vehicle. Well, correction, I had two, and now I've only got one. I got this, a Ford pickup. I had an old Chevrolet, had a carburetor, and I converted it to fuel injection. And you'll see it on the channel in the future, but I'm not quite there yet. So, yeah. This is Clyde. Say hello, and hope you see him again soon.